So what that means is we're going to take off and go straight in that. We want to be a little bit warm, so we do a 3 bounce rule. Put a heat, put a burn in it, 2 seconds, and it bounces. Put another 2 seconds in it. Well, it didn't really bounce, and again, and off. So we're now basically waiting to see if that's false lift or not. Generally what happens, we'll come over and we'll bounce. And then we'll come over and we'll bounce. But you're actually really nicely buoyant. You've actually got it to the point where it's buoyant. So if you burn now and then pull it, you'll be fine. So a little bit more heat.
755?
Yep. Turn around, release the Velcro. Have a good look to make sure there's nothing happening, and when you're ready to fly, pull it.
That's bob, right?
Yep, go. Don't pull on the way down, pull on the way up, yeah. That's a nice launch. Look forward where you're going, quick. Thank you, crew.
Thanks, crew.
And now you can see that we're going to climb out straight up, so we're good.
Behind us.
What are you looking for? Just climb out here.
Power line?
Yes. Alright, put a couple of big burns in it. Let's get up to barbie. So anytime you feel anything, if you're burning, look up or turn it off, one of the two, because that's a change. So things I'm thinking about is always check your gas. Always check your weather behind you and balloons. And obviously SZs. I know there's an SZ on that side of the swamp, dog place, so that's why we're going up high, basically give it a left and then we'll fly and go out that way. Going to practice approaches basically, have a bit of fun. How we'll do that is we'll get into a couple of 600 feet per minute descents, so not particularly fast, but ones where the streamers are just starting to go up around the top. And then we'll put in a good burn to see how fast it stops, what altitude. So you know when you're coming down and you've got 600 feet from the ground, if you put a 6 second burn, it's going to go, it's going to stop the work. So every so often you say to your instructor, like your examiner, you can't see any power lines. Oh, I can see power lines that are not affecting us at this altitude or where we're going. I know there's an SZ over there. Weather behind me is good, there's no balloons other than this. My fuel is good. That's an SZ don't land. This one here is an SZ overflyer. So what we're going to do is we're going to let it go cold enough that we can see the streamers. You can have a look on there when it gets down to 600. You can see that the streamers are also reading 600. I want to fall basically at that rate, and then I want to look at the altitude that we're at, and then I want you to put in a 6 second burn and see what it does. And if it doesn't arrest it, then I want like a second gap and another 6 second burn. And we're just going to see what actually happens. We do have a power line there, obviously, and if we're going to go down, we're going to take that into account. We've got 3 balloons. Where's that goddamn bubble? So he may obviously be, but he's travelling at the same speed as us, so he's not going to bother us really. But we'll keep an eye on him. It's always the way to do it.
The streams are hanging up, so it's up to 3 feet now.
It's about 450, yeah, which it is. And when they go around the top and start slapping on the top, it's around about 600. When they actually tie themselves in a knot, that's over 600. So we're coming down. Now the thing you can do here is we're now at 600 feet per minute. So if you do maintenance burns, like 2 second burns, it will maintain 600 feet per minute. So put a maintenance burn in. That's just a normal maintenance burn. What it means is the balloon's not going to fall like a rock. Yeah, you're still going to come down at 600 feet per minute, but you're not going to fall like a rock. Just grab that green one and just rotate it a little bit that way for me. Yeah. So, alright, we're at, when it hits 1500, actually no, go a little lower. It looks a lot faster because we're doing 48 k's an hour, so it looks like we're coming down really fast, but we're still only coming down 600 feet per minute, so it hasn't been as fast as it looks like.
Much of an inversion layer here?
There's going to be, yes, because he's stopped, so, or he's a lot slower, so. Alright, what's that? It's 1200, put a 6 second move, hit it now. Alright, and we stop and we have a wait, you go, didn't do a lot. Have a second break, now hit it again, 6 seconds. So you can see, we were really cold, but you can see now, that's coming right off. Yeah. So, it's the fastest you're ever going to come down. 2 6 second burns, which is only 12 seconds, is going to really do something. And if we were actually 600 neutral, it would have stopped us. And we actually only went 400 feet down. How are you feeling? You feel like it's coming, like the level thing? I mean, there's lots of other things to think about, but pretty much I'll stop once we get out here. Pretty much I'll stop talking to you, and you can just sort of try and stay, contour fly basically. And then once we're over him, then we'll go down, noting that we have some sort of line over there, but that's all right. And more awesome. Anytime you feel that breeze, it's going to cool, so you need an extra one that's not a normal maintenance one. Good horse. Oh, what a good horse. But yeah, I'm happy for you to get pretty much down low. If we're 100% we can't see any power lines, and I won't joke with you with power lines, if we're 100% sure that we can't see any that are going to affect us, and I don't believe we can, we want to be as low as you reckon you can get.
Yeah, there's one in front of us.
Yep. And just know that when we're down this low, your bird's going to get shorter. Yeah, that's it. And again, a big one. Just wait. When you're at at that really low level, pretty much everything else has to take the back seat. So when you get down there, you need to know where your fuels are. So you know that your left one's low, but you can keep going on it. When it's that low, always check your right one every 5th burn or so. Just check to make sure the power's there in case this one gives up the ghost for whatever reason. But yeah, you don't have time for looking around. Pretty much you've got to know where all the booms are and know where all the power lines are, and then really be on it, and like it's really close. So really long gap between burns before a power line. Yeah, and another one. Not particularly big ones, but you want to stay that neutrally buoyant to make sure that you can get over it. Happy to be low level, but you want to be neutral and not descending or getting really cold. So you can see that when you are pretty neutral, 2 burns like that. Lovely. Lovely. Really good. If you get all the way open on that first one, really simple, yeah? That's it. If you get that all the way open and stop as soon as you touch the ground up there, so that's what we're actually aiming for, just stop straight away, and then reset it. But you need it right the way open. Right. So I want you down there. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Good. If you can get into that next paddock, if you can get into this paddock after these trees, go. If you can't, if you can fly over the fence and get into that paddock, good. If you can get in it, get in. So what we've done is we've gone boom, and we've popped up. So what we need to do with that is we need to put some slightly bigger burns on the way down, with a gap, and then bigger burns, and get it. And when you're level, then we go into the really small burns. But the small burns won't do anything on the way down. You have to do your normal 2-second burns, and adjust the gap between the 2-second burns. Get down, and then go into the little tiny burns. But it has to be actually level before we go into the little tiny burns, or they're ineffective. Now a burn won't do anything. So pilot lights out. Pull it all the way in. All the way in, and now reset. Beautiful. Cool. Rotate us around, so that's the front, and climb at the same time, and then I want to get back in this paddock here. Beautiful. See that power line? Yeah. Now what we will do, I reckon let's climb up a bit higher and we'll use the upstairs breeze to get us over there so we can play over there. So as soon as they touch the ground, smart vent pull away from both. That was a good approach. It was, to be honest, you could have stuck that if you really wanted to. You can stick that sort of stuff. You can vent, or you can vent basically as you round out. But that's just going to be practice.
And I think it was also coming with a bit of speed, so it did look like it was coming in a lot faster.
The trick for that one is to look sideways. Treetop height, just above treetop height, with the intention of nailing whichever paddock we freaking line up on.
I don't know, Cowan, oh shit, so
And again. This burns cold, so another cook. So you can see that we're holding. I think that's that actual inversion layer. Anytime you're flying and not burning and there's something wrong, it's a catch-22. It's making this approach as hard because there's that inversion layer there. So what's going to happen now is the balloon is cooling, but it's not flying. It's actually just sort of, but it means that you're going to have to put in 3 good burns to actually arrest it, sort of thing. As it starts that descent, catch it. So we just sort of hang here basically. You can crack that smart vent now. Just crack it and that will initiate the descent. That's it, hold it there. That'll initiate it. Now as soon as you touch down, crack it fully. No, I keep it in because I keep it in just until you feel it. If you feel extra pressure on it, let it go. But it doesn't seem to. This one doesn't seem to stay in there by itself.
Get that like right on the balloon festival.
Good, eh?